years, that's gone so quickly. Have you forgiven him?
Yeah, first of all, time does fly, and people say time heals, but I think it just kind of accommodates as such. But when you lose somebody, you always forgive, I think. You know, I struggle sometimes to think what was it that made him not be there as a father, but I understand from learning about the illness and the addiction and how it comes about that I have to forgive him, and I have to think, you know, I feel bad for him that he had this addiction, and you know, you forgive and you forget, and all I can do is kind of sing his praises, but at the same time, I sing his praises in the football respect because everybody loved him as a footballer. But to me, he wasn't a footballer, he was just dad. And I tried to learn about why my dad wasn't there and what kind of addictions he was dealing with. And so it's been an ongoing process.
With putting an adult perspective on it, I'm sure, you, like you said, you can look at it as an illness, but a small boy, you must have just thought, why can't he put me first before alcohol?
Yeah, and you struggle with that one for sure. But as I get older and as I get more comfortable in my own skin, I start to understand why maybe he chose alcohol over me. It's not an easy one to choose, but the thing is, I know he wanted to be a good dad, but I think what happened with my dad, and what happens with maybe a lot of people in that public eye, is that he had so much enjoyment on the pitch, and then when that joy goes, and where do they go to find that buzz, you know? And I think he turned to drink, but I think he started drinking only quite casually, which led into more and more, which led into an illness. And then by the time I tried to get to know him when I was about 19 years old, that illness had completely taken over him. And like my dad wasn't even really there anymore, you know? So
did he ever say to you why he thought he drank?
We didn't have those conversations, unfortunately. You know, we talked women, we talked football, and I loved talking those things with him, don't get me wrong. But
by then it was too late anyway. He wouldn't have been able to have that conversation because it had taken over his life.
Completely. And the illness had taken over. And what I found out that was so crazy to me, I grew up in the States, and I would come over sometimes, and I would go to the pub where he'd take me straight from the airport, unfortunately. But I'd go straight to the pub, and everybody would say to me, oh, your dad's been talking about you for weeks. He's so excited to see you. He's so excited to see you. And I'd send him on a bender. And he would go missing for 2 weeks. And I think that was because the pressure of looking at me and thinking, ooh, I wasn't there, I should have been there, and then it kind of sends him on one, you know?
But what effect did all of that have on your relationship with drink? Because you've struggled too, haven't you?
I'll tell you what I found while I was making this documentary called Brought Up by Booze, which was a real turning point in my life. And I found that my dad, so his mom couldn't deal with his fame, which led to her to drink, which eventually killed her. So then he lost his mom, which led to him to drinking even more, which eventually killed him. Then when I lost my dad, I turned to the bottle as well. Like it might sound weak to some, but it was my coping mechanism. And I went drinking for a good 3 or 4 years, ruined my health, ruined my career, ruined my reputation. Luckily, I had a really cool mom around, you know, and my mom came back from the States. I had a moment with her, and it kind of just changed my life. And I'm quite spiritual in a way where as soon as I put out to the universe that I wanted to change my ways, the universe started giving things back to me to say, here's opportunities, don't go down that same path. So
I've known you years, like, since, what, I was 17, 18, and we've been on the party scene and that together. And obviously I was in the Big Brother house with you. So I've seen you grow from a boy to a man. I'd say you're a gent now.
Thank you very much.
And
you tried to kick me out of the Big Brother house.
You are?
You tried to kick me out of the Big Brother house.
No, no, be safe. Shut up. I'll never live that down.
No, I'm just messing.
But the thing is, like, you've known me, like, I've grown into, like, a woman or whatever, but you can... And you... But you've definitely changed a lot as well since I've known you.
I appreciate that. I think at the end of the day, a lot of it is just growing up and becoming more comfortable in your skin. Just for me in particular, I had an iconic father, you know, and he's very well known in this country. And what was really strange and quite difficult for me to learn and understand is that all the lads are like, oh, yeah, bestie, good on you, like the girls, like the drink. And I'm all about that because I live it and I still live that as well.
But they probably use you, your friends, because if they put you at a table, you'll get the girls and that, and it's their way of using you for women. But what about you? Because the last time I saw you was at our wedding, bless, and I haven't seen you since, and you was with your girlfriend there. You're not with her now.
No.
But surely you want to settle down and have kids.
I mean, I'm still actually, as much as I say that I'm on this right path, which I'm so much different than I used to be, and my career's good.
How old are you now?
35.
God, you're getting old.
Oh, you're not wrong. I'm actually looking at my wrinkles in the mirror.
You are actually single now?
No, yeah, I'm single, and
I might have to set you up then.
But the thing is, what I've noticed is that as much as I'm still trying to be comfortable in my skin, and I've got my career's going well, my business is going well, and my health's good. I'm opening up my own gym on Monday.
You still got your supplements?
Yeah, so,
I'm
on a real healthy path, which is really good for me, but I still have that demon inside me. So recently I went to film this television show in America for the E! Channel, and it was called Famously Single, and I had to kind of really open up and talk to therapists and go through all these different situations of why I'm single, what is wrong with me. And there was a few nights where I drank too much, and all those old things came back.
But would you go back to AA meetings?
I've never been to them. I remember I went to one, and I just thought I couldn't really handle it. And I feel now I've got a grip well enough that I'm good, but I know that when I drink heavy. I've got a.
So would you say you have a drink problem?
No, but I would say that I have something in me that I could if I wanted to. You know.
Do you ever? I mean, your dad was legendary. You know. Do you always feel you're having to live up to that legend status? Do you sometimes want to go, you know what, I'm Callum, forget who my dad was? Because everyone always talks to you about your dad.
And that's why I'm grateful to come on to shows like this with you ladies and talk about this kind of stuff, because I, for years, have been in a shadow. I'm very blessed with it. I'm very proud to be my dad's son, without a doubt. But there is a case of when is it, OK, Callum best? Like, even coming on here now today, I think to myself, what else can I talk about? Because I've got so much going on in my life. But for me to explain to where I'm going with my future, I have to explain my past. I have to explain what I've been through, the trials and the tribulations. I know many people have it worse, for sure, but because I have this father who he was, and because I'm trying to create my own identity, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty damn good job at it, but I have to explain what I went through to explain where I'm going.